Yeah, the Christian music guys. Make some noise for the Christian music guys.
Down the Christian music guys, we are welcoming pop singer-songwriter Ivey Asher. Raised between Austin, Nashville, and LA, Ivey started writing music at just 10 years old as a way to express her thoughts, emotions, and faith. Her songs blend honest storytelling with pop melodies that connect deeply with listeners. She's kicking off a new chapter with her brand new single, Free, an anthem about choosing hope, freedom, and a fresh start, with a bunch of stuff coming up in 2026. Let's welcome to the show Ivey Asher.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming on here and chatting. So I went to your social, and we always like to try to find something fun to talk about, an icebreaker type thing. And I did notice that you do like to bowl, right?
Oh, I have done my fair share of bowling.
Yeah.
I'm not good at it though.
You don't have like your own bowling ball?
I don't have, no. And I wish I could say I'm like a part of some kind of bowling league, but I am unfortunately not a part of a bowling league. I can barely even lift a bowling ball. I hate to admit it. I should probably work on my weights. I went bowling the other night and I picked up the bowling ball and I was like, we played 2 games and I just remember looking at my people and I was like, y'all, my arm hurts. I need to like sit down.
What's like the size of bowling ball that you use, and what's your average score?
No,
like a 6 pound?
Could say. I wish. No, I think where I go bowling, the lightest like bowling ball you can get is 8 pounds.
Mm.
So yeah, and then I don't know. Okay, it depends on how competitive you get me, because like when I get really competitive, I don't know. I do pretty well. I might not strike, but I might not do it the first time, but I might do it the second time,
Right.
So I don't know. It's a hit or miss. Honestly, I'm just there for the vibes. A lot of the people that I go to bowling with, we like love to play the game without the rules. So bowl, not traditionally. So any way you can throw the ball that isn't just like the normal way is the fun way. So you got
do the bumpers?
Yeah, no bumpers, or you can, I guess it depends on it. We kind of like to let fate decide if it works or not, We can use the kitty little push thing, just like, I don't know. It's really goes up, anything that you can think of, that's what we'll do. We'll be like, maybe we'll cartwheel into the bowling lane to get the bowling ball there. And then if we strike, if we get it, then yay, that's great. But
yeah, usually after the first game, I start to get like strikes, and then the second game, I can do like 90 points or whatever. And I'm like, let's do a third game. I can break 100.
I love that. I'm more of like, I like bowling, but I really love like Top Golf. I do love me some Top Golf as well.
Nice. Yeah. Top Golf's pretty fun.
Yeah, it's great. It's not bowling, but.
Right. Are you a pickleball person?
I am a pickleball person.
Yeah.
I love pickleball. I like cornhole. I'm a game person. I like games. I like card games, board games, any kind of games. It's really fun.
Yeah. Well, Ivey, let's go ahead and get into your story. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into singing music.
Oh gosh. Yeah, well, I've always been around music like my entire life. So my parents were in the industry, and they've like, I guess my dad introduced me to like 80s rock, and my mom 80s pop, and then like my dad loved Bon Jovi, my mom was more like the Madonna scene, and my older sister, I'm the youngest of 3, so my older sister like taught me all of the current pop stuff, which is like, the songs in like early 2000s, like, oh my gosh, I dropped the title of the name, but like, it doesn't matter. But like, the good songs like Shakira and all of those classics that just like, hey, yeah, I remember listening to that song by Outkast like the first time. And I was like, my life is forever changed. And so I've been around it. My parents were a part of it. And honestly, like I was told that I could sing before I could talk. I remember writing my first song at the age of like probably 3, stuck in my crib, ticked that my mom put me in my crib.
Mm.
And you know, those little baby monitors, my mom had it on, and I was like, loved Hannah Montana, mind you. So like I imagined me with like a cool electric guitar. The ironic part is I don't even play guitar nowadays. I only play piano. So
Okay.
young Ivy would be really disappointed that I never learned for the vibes. But the song is like, oh gosh, this is funny. Okay. I want my mom. Oh, I guess I should say.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
it
should.
was like this. I'll sing it. I want my mommy burn it. I want my daddy burn it. It's 8:30 and I'm stuck in my crib. Burn it. And I like sung it over and over again. And my mom would just be like, good Lord, what has happened? And like ever since then, like I loved it. Like I love all kinds of music too. Like I grew up listening to 80s music, 90s music. I grew up listening to, like, I remember when I discovered Aretha Franklin, Etta James, like Frank Sinatra, Elton John. And I love those, the Beatles, like the list continues of like those like classic, you know, just like anytime you play any of those songs from any of those artists, you're like, yeah, that song slaps still to this day. Goodbye
Sure.
Yellow Brick Road is like still one of my favorites. And so, yeah, I loved it. And I knew it was always something that I wanted to do. So I just I never walked away from that. Like the passion of music never left me. It wasn't like I hit middle school and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. In fact, like as I've noticed, as I've gotten older, I've really enjoyed it more and I've fallen in love with it more and more and more. And it's like something I just love that I get to do in my life. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. And then now fast forward to 2026 and you just released a brand new single called Free. And
Yeah.
there are some controversies about it. I did see where people were calling your photo shoot AI because of your gymnastic abilities, I guess.
Oh, yes, that. And then I guess some songwriters thought it was AI too. So it was like it was shockingly controversial. I mean, it's a minute and a half. How can that cause controversy? You know, like it wasn't even controversial, I thought, but no, I did have people. I had my producer, Mitch Parks. He's fantastic. He texted me and he was like, well, I never thought that we'd be dealing with this. And I was like, I don't really know how to handle this, but it's cool, I guess. But yeah, it was shocking to have the song come out and then people accuse me of like, I guess they thought my voice was AI and the lyrics were AI. They thought the track was AI. The picture was AI. I was like, chat, let's be real. It's not. I have like recording studio sessions like filmed on my phone. Like if we need proof, like I can totally prove it as much as I can. But yeah, that was wild. First time for me. Probably the first of many. I hate to admit it.
Yeah, so I didn't see you faking singing. The only thing I saw was the cover of the song saying that it was fake, that you wasn't really doing the flips, that they, I guess, AI'd you doing that cartwheel, whatever you call it. So
yeah, I would prove that I could do a cartwheel, but unfortunately, I just don't feel like we got enough space. And that's a secret for another time. You know what I
there
mean?
you go. All right.
That'll be like, that's like a time. That's for another time. That's not for right now.
Right.
Maybe
Well, tell
I'll
us.
do like Boone and jump and do a cartwheel on the stage or something like that.
There you go.
Yeah.
So tell us about the song Free.
Oh, okay. So I had been writing this album that I've been working on for maybe like a few months, like maybe 5 months. And I walked into my producer's like studio and we were chatting and I like came up with this really sad. I love a good sad song. I do love me a sad song. I'm that girly who's just like, let me feel my feelings, you know? I come in there with this really amazing song, I would say. And he like looks at me and he's like, this song's great. What if we wrote a happy song? Have you ever thought of that? And I was like, that's a really cool idea. How do you do that? And so he was like, I don't know. Let's just like, we call it throwing spaghetti at the wall. And so we were like throwing spaghetti at the wall of like ideas of like, what's fun? Like, what's actually fun? You know, we have a lot of fun songs out there, but like, we need something that's just like like that in that vein. And so then we kind of came up with Free, and it was kind of even though the song is like a minute and a half, I think. It took us like a few hours to like crack it and get it right. Because I feel like the more simple the songs are, the more complicated it unfortunately is. Because you're like, okay, how am I going to say like this in this amount of time? Or how am I going to do this in this amount of time? So it was kind of like, it was a challenge, but it was also really, really fun. And I like loved it. And then the second he sent it to me, like produced out, I was like obsessed. I was obsessed. Like,
Yeah.
love it, love it,
Good
love
stuff.
it, love it.
Yeah. Now you had hinted about an album. Tell us about that. When can we? I know your manager told me that you're releasing a ton of stuff this year. So
Yeah.
tell us about that and the album. And
Yay! Oh yes, yes. Truth be told, I am officially releasing an album. It's gonna be like an EP situation, so we'll release a few songs at a time. Unfortunately, nowadays I don't feel like albums hit as hard as they used to, even though in my brain I've always been an album girly. But like, yeah, so we released Free, and then the rest of the album, I've always called it like the album itself in my brain is called Rules of Life. And
okay.
This album has been like something I've written over the past few years, if that makes sense. A lot of these songs have been sitting with me. And I like one song in particular, Fall to Fly. It's one of my favorite songs. And I wrote it from a time of like, I just moved back from LA to Nashville. And I was like, oh my gosh, I remember the first time I ran into somebody like after I left LA, 7 years, right? And you're like,
Yeah.
I'm chasing my dreams, I'm doing the thing, like, let's go. And I saw them and they ran into me at like Kroger. And they're like, did you quit that little industry thing? And I was like, bruh, no, I did not. I just moved back home. Like, have you ever heard of COVID? Like, I didn't want to live in LA. So it was kind of like a thing. And I had this moment of like, am I a failure? Because there's a projection that I feel like a lot of people feel like they have to show, and especially in the industry and especially just in general of like, oh, I'm doing this, oh, I'm doing that. Look at me, I'm in LA. And like, I lost that in 2020 and it was shocking to me. Like nothing changed in my life. I was still acting. I was still auditioning. I was still on television. Like the only thing that changed was my location and I guess like the look of everything. And so that song, Fall to Fly, it's like, sometimes you have to think you fail in order to like actually succeed, in order to like, you have to jump out of like the bird theory where the mom pushes the baby bird out of the nest and it's like, you have to fly, like you just have to do it. And so I feel like moving back to Nashville was that moment for me. And so that album came from this album, not that album, this album
Right. Yeah.
came from like that entire season of like what it's like to heal through like hurt and what it's like to heal through like certain things. And there's a lot of things like I address in one of the songs, like insecurity in myself and like in like almost like a self-talk kind of song of like, just, I don't know, just a lot of the things that I've dealt with in my life, living in Hollywood and, presenting as a certain person. And you're just like, I can be myself. Like I actually love myself and I can be myself. But that song's called Nosedive, and it's completely about just like what it's like to nosedive in those negative thoughts and like stopping those thought patterns that, could potentially cause you to spiral in your thinking. Everyone does that, right? I mean, hopefully everyone does that.
Right. Right.
But yeah, I could go on and on about it, but those are a few of my favorites. And Rules of Life is also a favorite of mine because it's like, the chorus title is like, I don't know the rules of life. I'm just trying to survive. And it's like, I didn't sign up for this. I didn't get a rule. Nobody got a rule book to life. Nobody knows what they're doing. You just like wake up and you're like, you're conscious. All of a sudden you're like, oh, wow, this is real life. Like, oh my gosh, that's overwhelming. And when you become like an adult, it's just like a whole nother thing. And so I really love that. And the bridge is also my favorite because you get these like different, that'll be like a fun thing when people listen to it because you probably won't hear it the first time you listen to it, but there's like a background vocal that's like sharing like the deep internal thought, and then the bridge, the forward like vocal is like, maybe forgiveness will take this grudge away. And it's like, it's all about forgiveness. It doesn't like this matters, but like forgive. So it's like really about growth, forgiveness, and growing up. And I'm in love with this project. I know every artist says that, but like I am in love with this project. It's probably one of my favorite things I've ever written. I have a song that's also coming out this year that's called Jesus is a Friend of Mine. I did it on tour a lot, and it was a fan favorite, and I love it because it came from such an honest point in my life where I was like, I didn't know where I stood in my faith, and I didn't really have a solid relationship with the Lord. And it was like one of those moments that you just write in one of your like darkest hours, and it just like heals you. And it seemed like that was resonating on tour as well. And so I'm excited to release that song. That's coming out, I think, in a few months. So I'm stoked about that finally being into the world.
Yeah, that's so cool. Well, two things that you said during that. One is you lived in LA 2020.
I lived in LA. Shockingly enough, guys, I got the notification a few days ago on the 11th, January 11th, is when I moved 7 years ago.
Oh, okay.
I
Wow.
was like, gutted. I was like, saw my little self, and I was like, oh my gosh, look at her go. Like, go, queen. It's like, let's go.
Right.
Yeah.
And then
So,
you'd mentioned acting too. Tell us a little bit about that.
yeah, I got into acting. Actually, I've always wanted to do music, right? So I got into acting because someone told me, like, hey, maybe you shouldn't do music. You're kind of too young. Maybe you should just play soccer. And I like remember looking at him and I was like, I've already played 5 sports, sir, at like 10. I'm like, where did she come from? Who is this girl? I don't know her, but she is me somehow. I like accepted the fact that I was like, no, I'm doing this. And so like that like opened up the world of like, okay, if I'm called to this world, which I genuinely feel like I am, then Lord, like, where am I supposed to go? And acting came up. And I was like, oh, I could be an actor. I love playing pretend. I love going to see the movies. And I love just, I don't know, there's something about being an actor that's just so fun of just like, you get to create a world that people can like, you don't know what people's lives are like when you go into the movie theater. You just
Right.
know you're going to sit in a movie theater for like 2 hours and forget about everything else and just have an experience. Or with TV shows, same thing. So I got into acting through that, and like the way that my acting life went, it just took off. It was the craziest thing ever, because I was like, at one point I had an agent in Nashville, and then like a month later I was in Atlanta, and then literally like I think 3 months later I was like told, you need to go to LA. And that's not really heard of, not by a lot of people. And so I was like, LA, I've always loved it. So then my mom was like, we're gonna go take spring break, and we're gonna go and see if you actually like this place. And I was like, I'm gonna love this place. Never been. Literally have no idea. I'm just like the idea, Los Angeles. I'm like, I love her. She seems cool. And so I was like, let's go. And then of course I fell in love with it. And my parents were like, well, we really love we love the West Coast, and we love that sunset, and we love those beaches, like might as well move. And then like literally my entire family like moved. So that was really fun. Yeah.
Well, Ivy, this is a fan-based podcast, and so we will have fans of their favorite artist write in questions, email us questions, DM us questions, and we had a fan of yours, and her name is Lacey from Oregon, and she wants to know the story behind your song "Bad Habits."
Slay, Lacey. I love you, girl. Hello, Lacey from Oregon. That's so fun. Okay, Bad Habits. What a time. Also, throwback. Slay. It was all a dream. That whole album, that EP was like, it was really like my 15-year-old self did acting, right? Somebody told me I can't do music. And I was like, this was like prove them. This was like my proof to them that I can do it. Like record. I was not an angsty teenager, but like, I had some feelings. Like I had some strong feelings. And I remember being like, when I came up with Bad Habits, I got the chorus and the bridge idea in LA, and I was like, oh, I really like this song. And I know it's edgier. Like I knew it was kind of like an edgier pop song, but I loved it. Like I was like, there's something fun. I wasn't afraid of talking about heavy, edgy content. Like I'm like, that's life. Like I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
and I really just felt like I was like, I want to be a pop artist and this is what I'm going to write. And like, deal. That's literally my attitude. Unfortunately, I did not have like a super sweet attitude. I was like, I'm doing this thing. So when I wrote it, I was like, what are some bad habits? Like, and it wasn't like even a relationship type of thing. It was just like bad habits in general. I remember writing a bunch of different versions of the song of like, what are bad habits? And then ultimately we came back to my original idea. That song took like, I'm not even joking, like months, almost years to like fully complete. And I ended up like writing it with some people and then I completely wrote it by myself because they were just not going in the direction that I wanted. And so I just had a bunch of people that supported the idea. And then ultimately I kind of finished it out. But it's one of my favorites though, because I like love the vibe of it. It's super fun. It kind of feels like that, like it kind of gives Ariana Grande, but like not really in a way. I remember referencing like, I think it was the song Into You, one of her songs for the track. And I was like, something like this. And so, yeah, I love it. That's kind of the origin story of Bad Habits though.
Yeah. And then something I noticed on Spotify, they'll play like, I guess, clips of a music video or just like clips that the artist will post. But on your song "Hello Again," there was a WandaVision influence on there, and I was like, oh, that's like one of my favorite shows. I love that show, and it's a shame that it was only just that season or whatever, or however long it ran. But what is that something like? Tell us about that.
Girl, I love Marvel. It's actually a dream of mine to be in a Marvel movie. I like have always wanted to be in a Marvel movie. I like loved it. And honestly, WandaVision, like it was phenomenal. Episode 1 to like all the way to the end. You like it was captivating. It felt slightly off. Like I remember going back and like watching it again and seeing Vision like look into the camera, like break that fourth wall and you just be like, oh my gosh, there's something more to this. And Hello Again, yes, it was heavily inspired by WandaVision. I actually posted that on my Instagram and it went viral. And everyone was like, when can we have the song? And I was like, it's not done. And so I had to record it, get it mixed and mastered, like finish it in 24 hours. Because like everyone was like, you got momentum, like you got to post this song. And I was like, crap. Okay. And so I like locked in and I was like, I'm going to do this. And so my friend William, he was in Houston. He is a phenomenal, like just producer and like, he's just got the cinematic sounds. Like I cried on the phone telling him how I felt because the ending of that show actually healed me from a lot of grief that didn't even realize that I had lost when I think when the show came out, like I literally lost some of my friends to like heavier content right here. Just warning for anybody that might be triggered by it. But like I lost a friend to a drug overdose and like I even lost my like childhood best friend to suicide. And I remember like in COVID, like a whole month of my friends' parents that are like died and like just one after the other after the other. And I was just like just clothed in grief like at that point. I didn't even know how to move on. And like the way that I could relate to Wanda in the sense that like if I could create a world where like no harm can happen, like and it's just like the perfect sitcom where we all end up on the couch together and we all end up like just happy and everything's fine. Like I remember that hitting so hard, especially that end of like she genuinely has to let it go. And like that's life. You do have to let it go. And so there is a promise. It's something I hold on to, and it's the fact that we will see our people again. And I fully believe that. I fully believe that we'll see them not on this side of heaven, but on the other side of heaven. And I really wanted to give that song to people who also were like me, who knows at the end of the day, like we'll say hello again. Like and then it's like at the end of the song it says, but goodbye until then. It's like fully like a release of like you're just letting go. You feel it, and then you're just like, I'm letting it go.
Well, Ivy, first off, sorry I'm late. I was late, but
We're glad you're here, Chris.
I'm here. So this next part, we like to do with our first-time guests. It's called Favorite Things. We'll just name a category, and you just tell us your favorite thing in that category. And it's just a great way for our listeners and viewers to get to know you. So
Okay.
let's we'll start out easy. I should say easy, but we'll start out favorite food.
Oh, considering that I literally have a burrito next to me, I love Mexican food.
You can eat it. I mean, come on. You can eat it. Why?
I had enchiladas for dinner.
Did you really?
Yeah,
When? Let's go.
like an hour ago.
Oh, see, that's my Texas heart. Like, I love Mexican food.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
it's so good. Give it all to me. I'm happy with.
You like Tex-Mex?
Love me some Tex-Mex. Oh yeah,
Are you a fan of Chewy's?
I do like Chewy's, but
Okay.
Austin, Texas here, we had Torchy's.
Oh
Like
yeah.
we had quality stuff. I also in San Antonio, my favorite place to eat at. Oh my gosh, I love it. I can't believe I'm shouting it out. Maybe they'll give me, I'm kidding.
Sponsor.
Maybe they'll give me free tortillas for life. I don't know. They home make their tortillas. It's amazing. It's called Alamo Cafe.
Mm.
Fuego. So good. It's so fire. So yes, Mexican food is my favorite. Yes.
Do you have a favorite movie?
Oh no, I don't know. Let me think. Favorite movie. Depends on the genre. I do love I'm on a Star Wars kick right now. So I'll probably say Star Wars because I'm just on that, like, I've been watching them recently. So Star Wars is so far my favorite movie as of this moment. Will change in probably a week.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. Favorite show to binge.
Gilmore Girls.
Mm.
Duh.
That
I'm
was
a
quick.
girl. That or that second show. I love that show too.
And then the CCM answer would be The Chosen, right?
Yes. Of
Yeah.
course. Are you kidding? I love that. No, but A Week Away. I just watched A Week Away. Alan
Oh, there you
Miller
go.
crushed it. I like the dances, the songs. I was like absolutely bopping. My friend, I was in a movie with her earlier this year. She's in it. And she's phenomenal. Her name's Ava Jean. She crushed it, like literally crushed it. So I was like also supportive of her, but also really in love with the show. That one's great. If you haven't watched it, super fun.
Yeah.
Favorite musical artist of all time?
Girl, I mean, okay. Of all time, that's difficult. That changes on a day-to-day basis.
And
okay,
it can be it could be living or not. So
Ooh.
it could be just a big musical influence.
There's too many. I think like I would say Coldplay or Elton John, hands down. Those two are phenomenal. Always can lean on them. So those two. I know you asked for one, but I'm giving you a 2-for-1 special.
Yeah. All right. Do you have a okay, this might be a difficult one too, but a dream collab.
Ooh. Okay, a dream collab. John Bellion. I love John Bellion. I think he's so sick. I'd love to like, there's a few people that I'd like to work with, but he is 100% on the top of my list. John, hit me up.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite ice cream flavor?
Cookies and cream.
Cookies and cream.
Classic.
Classic. Very classic. All right, and let's go favorite podcast.
You guys, of course.
Oh, yeah.
No, really. I don't listen to podcasts, so you guys would be
Okay. Do you
me,
listen
so-
to audiobooks? No?
I don't.
Okay.
I'm a TV show girl, you know, like TV
Yeah.
show, YouTube, like all that.
Oh yeah.
And music, of course. I listen to a lot of music.
Yeah.
Of course.
All right. Well, you passed the favorite things. Flying
Thank you.
colors.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hold the applause to the end.
Thank you. Thank you.
So Ivy, what is next for you, and how can our viewers and listeners keep up with you? We know you just did one Christmas song, "No Place Like Home," for the holidays this past Christmas. Is there any future 2026 whole album?
Yes, there will be. There will be. I just released my new single called Free, and you can listen to that. Of course, follow me on socials. That would be awesome. I go live on TikTok and I do live streams there, so you can come hang out with the group. And yeah, Instagram. But the next song is a good one, and I am very excited. And I will announce that now because I can. The next single is called Skyward, and it is going to be, I think, released on, I'm trying to remember, somewhere in February. I think the end of February. So if you want to keep up with me, I'd say follow me on socials. I'm most like active on that. And that'll be the next song. And then Jesus is a Friend of Mine is following that up, which I'm very excited about as well.
Yeah.
Well, Ivy, to wrap up, we'd like to see if you'd be willing to share something that God's been doing in your life recently that would help build our viewers and listeners' faith.
Oh, that's such a great question. Oh my goodness. Well, I think the Lord is 100% building my faith. Like, I know that's kind of sounds like, oh, of course he is, but like, no, like to another level of like, do I believe that his word is true? And do I believe the things that he's spoken over my life is 100% true? And like, do I believe he can heal? Yes. Like, do I believe these things that he said? And so I just started reading the New Testament. Like, I'm going to go in chronological order. Tara Lee Cobble has like a Bible, plan on the Bible app. Not a plug, but like I highly suggest it. She does the Bible in a year and then she does the New Testament. I just started doing the New Testament. And I love the life of Jesus, and I love that it's been so impactful. And like Romans is one of my favorite. Romans 12:2, I believe, is my life verse. I should know that. But it's all about like not conforming to the things of this world, but knowing that the Lord's will is good and pleasing for your life. And I am learning to believe that every single day. And when there's hard days, I'm like, is it still true? Absolutely. So yeah. God is faithful and his word rings true. And I just like holding on to that and really learning what it's like to believe on that, like believe in that and lean on him. And not just like I pray, like lean on him, like lean on him to figure certain things out, like lean on him to, have answers and to questions that are hard and, not afraid to ask it, like really building a relationship with the Lord on a deeper level. That's kind of what I've been focused on recently. And it's been a magical, maybe I shouldn't say magical, but like, it's been a beautiful time just to sit with him and like, I don't know, read his word, let it speak to you, and just read over and over again. The Bible is like alive, and you can get so much from it if you just sit and like read.
Yeah,
sure. Well, Ivy, thank you so much for chatting with us. Your brand new single, Free, is out now. You got such a big year coming up. So what was the social on Instagram?
Yeah, my socials is Instagram is Ivey Asher, Ivey Asher, Asher. Try not to let that dyslexia come in. That would be embarrassing. And then TikTok is the same thing. It's Ivey and then Asher. And I don't know if you want to look me up on Facebook. I'm sure it's all the same. I think you can find me anywhere.
Yeah. Great.
They're the Christian music guys. Yeah, the Christian music guys.